Welcome back to the DRO Bets channel. It is week 11 of the 2025 MLS season, and things may look a little bit different right now. And sorry for getting this video out to you late, but I moved in the last week and I'm going into a great new office. It's going to have a sweet setup for content creation like this, some live streaming as well. But I can't really figure out how to get the internet set up in there yet. It's a long story. So this week we are recording from the dining room, but we will get back at it really soon with a great new setup. So let's get into week 10 and get into my 5 favorite plays for week 11 of the 2025 MLS season. All right, now week 10, it was, just a kind of 50-50 week. We went 3-3 on our best bets, hit a really big plus money play in our player props to really go basically even money again. I think we dropped about a half a unit overall. Nothing too crazy. Didn't love the board, but we got past that one. A couple of frustrating ones. I think we should have hit that over in the Sounders versus Colorado, but hey, that's MLS. So we will get into it now. My 5 favorite plays for week 11. Play number 1, we are going to go to the first game of the week, and it is Atlanta United hosting Nashville SC at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 1:45 p.m. Central Time kickoff, and we are going over 3.5 goals coming in at plus 145. Now, I have gotten away a little bit from one of my biggest recommendations of betting MLS, and that is playing plus money. Like I said a minute ago, we went 3-3 last week. That should be a winning week for us rather than losing, a half a unit or something like that. So I'm going to try to mix in some big plus money plays, and I absolutely love the over 3.5 in this one. First off, we saw last week Atlanta. We probably should have bet Orlando City against them. That was a missed opportunity because Stian Gregerson is out, and that is a very important player for them, one of their main center backs. And we saw what happened to the Atlanta defense last week. They gave up so many chances to Orlando, just got destroyed. And then drop off between Gregerson and Noah Cobb is pretty steep. So the Atlanta defense doesn't have a shutout in 7 weeks, and they've allowed multiple goals in 5 out of those 7. But you look at their offense, they didn't have Latte Loth last week. So I really like Nashville to be able to get a goal or two, but I really like Atlanta to be able to find the board with Latte Loth coming back and coming off that really embarrassing loss. I think they'll bring a little bit more on offense. Now, if you look at Nashville, they put a touchdown on Chicago last week, 7 goals. I don't expect that this week, but again, I do expect them to create plenty of chances. And who is probably the team? Walker Zimmerman is still out. So who is probably one of the teams you don't want to play with one of your strongest, dominant air center backs? That's going to be Atlanta with Latte Loth. So I'm definitely going to be betting Latte Loth. I need to look at his goal props, but I think I'm going to play one of those. Stay tuned for our player props video. But yeah, first play is going to be over 3.5 goals, Nashville and Atlanta coming in at plus 145. Play number 2, and I gotta say, y'all, the board this week is not very good. There's a few games. We'll have a bet on a game that I'm really looking forward to, some MLS After Dark action, but a game that you got to be a true sicko to watch is going to be New England going to Toronto, 3:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff from BMO Field in Toronto. And I'm going with under 2.5 goals coming in at minus 130. Now, this one to me just screams under. I know it's a little bit juiced. The under 2, I don't mind playing that, but there's just so many things that have to, it can get fluky and you can make that a push. So I'm going with the under 2.5. Now, New England is a team that is more than happy to go on the road and park the bus on you. They've played 5 road games this year, and only 6 goals have been scored in those 5 games. We've seen them produce 2 straight masterclasses on the road of 1-0 victories at Atlanta and Charlotte, and that's kind of what I expect them to do again to Toronto. Now let's look at Toronto, their injury report. There are about 7 or 8 important players out for Toronto in this match. No Jonathan Osorio. That's huge. That's their captain. Henry Wingo, he's been out. Here's the interesting one, though. Federico Bernardeschi popped up on the injury report, and he's questionable. I've been tracking these injury reports all season. When you see a big name DP player questionable, that means they're probably not playing. So no Bernardeschi in this one, which means it's really just going to be that Ola forward and maybe Insigne gets to start this one because there's no other options. Neither team has gone over this number in their last 4 games, so we're going to stick with it. New England, Toronto, under 2.5, minus 130. Play number 3. Another exciting under in another game that we are going to want to see. Montreal hosting the Philadelphia Union at 6:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff from Stade Saputo. Again, under 2.5 coming in at even money. So it is supposed to be rainy and cold in Montreal this Saturday. And again, another one that just screams under. So far, Montreal has played 2 home games. There has been 1 goal scored in those 2 games, while 7 of their last 9 games have gone under this number. And the Montreal offense is just horrific. They haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game since the first week of the season. There's not really reinforcements on the way either. And they're just a bad offensive team. We look at the Union. They are much better offensively, obviously, but they've majorly outperformed their expected goals. And when we've seen them go on the road, they haven't really created quite as much. Both of these teams have been good defensively. They are in the bottom 4 of MLS in expected goals allowed over the last month, according to American Soccer Analysis. So to me, that one all lines up as an under. So we're going to play under 2.5 in Montreal versus Philadelphia, coming in at even money. Play number 4 out of 5, and this is actually my only side of the entire week because that board, I didn't get a chance with all of the moving and everything. I've been so busy this week. I didn't get a chance to look at the board. Usually I'm looking at it on Sunday night or Monday morning. That's when you get all of the value. And looking at it, it really looked like I probably missed the boat on a few of the sides. So the only one that we are locking in as an official play on the show is going to be the New York Red Bulls traveling to Miami on Saturday night, and we are taking Red Bulls plus 1 goal coming in at minus 120. Now, I just don't see at all where we are getting any team to basically have to lose by multiple goals to enter Miami to lose this bet, much less the New York Red Bulls. Now, in 4 road games this year, the Red Bulls have only allowed 3 goals. Remember, Miami has to score 2 goals for us to have any chance of losing this bet. They have only allowed multiple goals in 3 out of their 10 games this season. They are one of the top 10 fewest expected goals allowed in the last month, and I think their defense is just by far good enough to keep Miami from creating enough chances for us to lose this bet. New York Red Bulls have not lost by multiple goals in a game this season. And let's look at Miami. They're coming off that CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal loss to Vancouver on Wednesday. Quick turnaround to Saturday. Who knows if Messi starts this game? He could, since they're still in Miami. They didn't travel back or anything like that. But even if he does, Miami hasn't beaten a team by multiple goals this season since week 2. The game at Houston, and they only have a plus 1 goal differential at home this year. So they haven't been this dominant team. They've been keeping games close. They've been eking out results. But as I always say with a plus 1, is it more likely that the Red Bulls get a result or that Miami beats the Red Bulls by multiple goals? I think that's clear. So our 4th play of the week is going to be the New York Red Bulls plus 1 goal spread at Miami minus 120. And finally, our 5th play of the weekend. As I said, it is a tough board with the games. Not too many exciting ones, but 9:30 p.m. Central Time, we have got a great chance for some MLS after dark craziness, and we are going Portland to have over 1.5 goals at San Jose, coming in at plus 115. Now, this San Jose Portland match has the potential to be one of the wildest matches in MLS we've seen this season. I think this game could finish 4-4. These are 2 of tied for top highest goal scoring teams in the Western Conference this season. They both scored 20 goals, equaling Vancouver on that. Now, over 3.5 goals and Portland over 1.5 team total are basically the same odds. If you want to play one of those, I certainly don't mind. But here's the reason why I played this is because we have seen San Jose lose 2-1 in 3 games this season. That would be a loss for an over 3.5 team total or over 3.5 goals total, and that would be a win for our Portland over 1.5 team total. So I like it just a little bit more since it's the same odds. San Jose has allowed multiple goals in 5 out of their last 7 games. They have the highest expected goals against in the league this year. And Portland, they're just all out attack right now. This number has flown over in their last 3 games. They have scored at least 3 goals in 6 out of their last 7 games. So if you were to ladder this up, I certainly don't mind that. And the expected goals back it up. As I said, San Jose has the most expected goals against in the league this year. San Jose should score plenty of goals to keep Portland forcing to attack as well and not just staying deep. So At plus money on this one, I like it. So our fifth and final play is going to be the Portland Timbers team total over 1.5 goals plus 115. So that is going to be our top five best bets of the week. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments, is there anything I'm missing? It's a big board. There certainly could be some plays missed there. Stay tuned on Saturday morning for our player props and underdog slip. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later.